Okay.
As long as you think you're finished eating, homie. That's all that matters.
Oh, no. I've been hungry all day.
Very good.
I will stop eating for you, though. How about that?
Yeah, you don't stop eating for me, man. I can
Stop eating for the people.
Yeah, I'm going to tell everybody you're going to hear a slightly different sound this week and a different look from John. He is on location from an unspecified location.
Welcome to the hotel room.
Welcome to the universal, shitty, terrible light fixture, awful art hotel room.
Hey,
Neutral colors so you don't kill yourself in the room.
No. It's so I don't know about you, and I'm gonna go on this little tangent a little bit. When I'm traveling for work, which welcome, I am. Hopefully the audio is fine.
You're gonna have to pump up the volume on the editing, but that's all.
Most likely, yeah.
You're quiet, yeah, but keep going.
So the thing that I do is like we get a set per diem per day, right? I will use every ounce of it if I have to, in order to get a nicer place to stay.
Yep.
I will use every ounce of it, and then I'll eat cheap.
Yep.
And that's where I'm at. Like I got this. It's a king suite, is what I got because I needed the computer desk for this.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's
shitty lighting from a lamp in front of me.
Right. Yeah, I'm the same way, man. When you're on the road, like, yeah, you can stay comfortable or you can eat good.
Right.
Or you can spend a bit, or you can spend a bit of your own money and do both.
Right.
It is what it is. So, It doesn't look terrible. And the King Suite, you're there for the week. So yeah, John's obviously on the road, folks. I'm glad you made the time to do this, buddy. We were just the stuff we normally don't talk about, folks. John and I were just talking about marriage and politics before we got online here, and racism and bringing the world together and war and getting out all the dark thoughts before we started today.
Yeah, telling two really, good friends just venting to each other for a hot fucking minute.
Yeah, we have to do that sometimes.
And yes, I am eating. Hopefully it doesn't sound like shit.
It'll be fine. SunChips by the look of it.
Mm-hmm.
The video quality ain't that bad, buddy. I could tell that was a SunChip, so that's all right. I
looked like dog shit, though. I look tired as shit.
It's the lighting, I'm sure. And if you believe that, I'll tell you another one. No, that's them long days you're working on the road. Speaking of which, how's the road, buddy?
The road's pretty good. It's treating me pretty good. I actually really am excited to travel for work, which is the first time that I can actually honestly say that. I've been excited to start traveling for work. I enjoy the work I'm doing, so makes a difference.
If you enjoy what you're doing, it's worth taking a little trip now and then. And again, the pay usually works itself out.
Yeah. We ain't making millions, but we are making life better for everybody else, I suppose.
Yeah, it's, there's always some long days. It just is what it is. You're already out of town. Why not work 10 or 12 instead of 8, right? So I got you, man. That's good.
Yeah.
And again, first world problems. You're able to stay in a nice place. You're not splitting a room with 3 other sweaty dudes.
Oh, thank God, right?
Which also happens sometimes.
Yeah,
I've heard people those occasions where they know there's a bunch of them going out of town and they start talking, going, well, let's just all look for an Airbnb. Like, don't worry about me when you're counting them numbers. I'm just going to stay in the fucking hotel settings.
Dude, we did that last year. We had 4 of us, and I actually found our Airbnb had 4 full bedrooms, 2 baths, 2.5 baths. Like it was a whole house. Dude, it was awesome. It actually worked out really well.
In the short term, that's great.
Yeah.
Which you're short term, right? Week by week. Yeah. So yeah, it's not bad. Yeah. In the long term, that's a dangerous prospect because then you're just living with 3 other dudes or 4 other dudes or 5 other dudes.
No, I knew. And when we have to stay in a hotel, I look at them and be like, I ain't sharing a room with you guys.
Right.
It's not happening.
That's why I tell them, like, no, when you're factoring in that Airbnb, I'll come visit you guys. I'll come hang out and drink some beers or whatever, but I'm not staying there. You do you. Yeah, I don't care if we don't bond. It's fine with me. So falling back a little bit, welcome everybody again this week, the Shower After Work podcast. We're happy that you're here. John and I would apologize as always, but we don't really feel sorry. We missed last week. I was working some night shifts. It turned into a shit show. My life was in a fucking hole, and John's working out of town. And anyways, Memorial Day just didn't work out. Sorry. However, I really enjoyed talking to Andy the week before. I've got some fun feedback from some people that was good. What a great time, right? He didn't make the record for the longest one, but it was close.
It was close.
He came up 11 or 12 minutes short, if my memory serves.
That was after editing.
Right.
We definitely.
Oh, yeah, the web. Yeah, you had to edit out some of that.
Longer.
Yeah, we had to edit out a bit of that. So Thanks again to Andy for coming out and everybody who gave us some feedback. It was fun. And for the people who always text me and say, hey, no episode this week. I appreciate that you're looking forward to it. I'm sorry we miss one occasionally, but there we are. So that's it.
Right. This isn't a full-time job.
Yes, and we have full-time jobs, right? So we're doing our best here for free, folks. It's not like we're getting paid. And I realized reading through the outline for today, I would like to drop a little disclaimer at the start of today's episode.
Would you?
Yeah,
this was your idea.
This was my idea, so I would like to drop just a quick disclaimer here, okay? For both John and I know by the time I finish my statement, he'll know that it encompasses him too. There's something I saw a few weeks ago that I wanted to talk about, and it led us down some other fun roads. I just want to tell everybody up front, this is not in any way shaming anybody. We're going to talk a little bit about sex and sexuality today. And although we might have some funny comments or satirical takes, it's just for fun. I've had the same opinion for basically my entire life when it comes to sexuality. If you're not hurting women, children, or animals, you do you.
Yeah, you do you, boo-boo.
And for the people who are going to jump onto the comments and say, well, what about men that get assaulted in prison? You got yourself in prison. That's on you.
Yep.
Don't hurt women. Don't hurt animals. Don't hurt children. Not in that specific order. So, again, no shame today, but we're going to talk about some stuff. I know I mentioned to you briefly, buddy. So I've been seeing these billboards driving around town of the upcoming Exotica Expo, spelled with 3 X's and Exotica, folks, at one of the local convention centers here.
Sorry.
And it got my dark thought engine turning, so I thought, buckle up. Let's see if we can offend a couple people today, maybe have a laugh.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, when you brought this up with me, I'm all like, really?
Yeah, when we were kind of looking at it briefly before our recording with Andy, I knew immediately that this was going to be at least interesting for us, if not for everybody else. Have you ever been to a sex fair /
Absolutely not.
No, absolutely not.
I believe that I'd be too uncomfortable.
Okay, we're going to come back to that. I'm writing down the word uncomfortable. I like how you specifically went to that. So I have not been to like an Exotica Expo or a adult film expo before. I'm aware of them, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Not against it. I'm just not into. I'm not into pornography or videos or sex toys or alternative sex lifestyles enough that I would want to go to something like this, which is something we're going to get into here eventually.
Right.
My brain immediately went to, and again, no judgment, but I was trying to picture the clientele on average walking around at the Minnesota, which, by the way, I'm going to shout them out. It's the Exotica Expo. It is the 20. Oh, shoot. I lost the dates. It's June, I think 26th through 28th. I'll double check that before we land. We'll put it in the show notes. Yes, June 26th through 28th. I'm sure that's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That's funny.
Okay. And the thought in my head was a range of, I don't know, Clockwork Orange to Blade Runner to a steampunk convention. Like, I couldn't imagine. Also, a bunch of awkward, sweaty, fat dudes trying to get an autograph from their favorite actor or actress or whatever. Right?
My right and left brain is very torn on this because one side's saying a whole lot of leather to very minimal
there's
leather,
gonna be a bunch of that. Yeah.
To business suits and polos and sundresses. There's got to be both.
I would think there has to be. Yes, I would think that has to be the case. For sure, right?
We got 50 Shades of Grey, people. That's a business suit all day long.
Okay. And side topic. Have we complained about my problem with that movie?
Yes.
That book series?
Times.
Okay.
Yep.
As long as it's been out there, folks.
I've never watched it.
Neither have I, I'm happy to say, but I'm aware of the storyline and I'm not happy with it.
Yep.
So just to give you some
right. There's got to be both, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Two sides of the same coin, right?
Yeah. So if this is your sort of thing, you're sort of interested, obviously,
don't reach out to me.
Yeah, they've got some descriptions. They have obviously a big show floor with all sorts of special guests and things they're selling, and sign up for seminars and meet your favorite whoever. Right. Entertainment stages. One of the things that did sort of catch me was VIP admission. Obviously, it's going to cost a little more, but a 1 day general admission,
Right.
that's $45, 44.99. All right.
Right.
And you get all the things I just said. Plus, if you happen to want this sort of thing, you can pay extra for what they call a dungeon all access upgrade, which will be available at checkout. I'm really concerned about fucking up the algorithm on my laptop, so I didn't even click on admissions and VIP. I kind of wanted to.
I'm not even lying, Jason. I won't even click on the links that you have in our show
Uh,
description.
I understand. If I hadn't have already done it trying to look it up.
I have no
So
reason to.
right, but the description of some of this sounds pretty wild. So I just want to start with, man, the code of conduct is right up front after the very initial information about this thing, okay? The Exotica Expo, its parent companies and affiliates expect all attendees, exhibitors, contractors, and participants to abide by a common sense rule for public behavior and personal interaction. The Exotica Expo is a celebration of love and sex, and any disrespectful and/or non-consensual behavior will not be tolerated in any form. Exotica reserves the right to revoke admission or participation by any exhibitor without refund to any persons not in compliance with this code of conduct. So this is, I think, perhaps the best example of the wash your hands of it legal. Just we're not responsible because it's going to get
Oh, it
wild in
certainly
here.
is.
And we said, if you get wild, it's not our problem.
Yep.
They didn't even try. Cookie cutter right from the lawyers. Make it as vague as you can. So no matter what they do, if somebody gets out of control and we throw them out, they can't come back and sue us or complain.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Yep.
everything about how concise this is.
Yep. Oh, and there's a ladies' free day.
Oh, yes.
Ladies'
Friday
free
night.
Friday.
Friday night, the opening night, ladies get in for nothing, which was just spun me back to my original thought of a bunch of awkward middle-aged sweaty dudes with their DVD in their hand or whatever trying to get an autograph. Like, let's get a few ladies in there because this is probably a sausage fest, right?
Automatically, I go to, oh, great. So this is a human trafficking ring. Ladies get in free.
Happy to have you there, right? So obviously this is I looked up some again, so John didn't have to infect his laptop with 57,000 viruses. This is obviously the largest adult expo convention in the US. They have a few different locations they travel around to every year, right? And it is a lot of it is what you'd think. It immediately shows the list of adult stars appearing. Now, some of the things they have on here are what I want to bring this up because once I looked into it, I'm like, okay, they're really selling here. All right. When it comes to the adult stars that are appearing, connect with over 250 adult stars in a dynamic, one-of-a-kind experience, complete with photo opportunities, autographs, and face-to-face moments with your favorites. They, I'm impressed with how specifically they worded that. Whoever wrote that copy is a genius. Connect with, not meet, connect with over 250. One of a kind experience, opportunities, and face-to-face moment. Like, really? I'm just going to scroll through here quick to see, but I'm going to guess that I get at least 10 deep through the adult film stars who are appearing here before I even see one male.
You're going way further than 10 deep, dude.
I'm at 14, 15, 16 clicks. I'm going to call it okay. There's not a ton, maybe some ladies showing up to this looking for their male porn star favorite. I think if anything, it's ladies showing up who are interested in maybe meeting their lady porn star favorite. Adult film star. Sorry. If I say stuff like porn, folks, I'm not trying to be negative. Again, no judgment. Make your money. I'm all about it. Like
28.
28. Okay, 28. I knew I'd get you to it eventually, buddy. This is
And
excellent.
then there was one guy, and then it was girls again.
Yeah, okay, want to do that, girls again. All right, just out of sick curiosity, did you read the name of the guy? What was his name?
Arrow.
Shout out to Arrow for making the list. He must be somebody, I guess.
Oh, and there was, oh, yeah. Okay. So there's multiple pages. But
Oh, yeah, it's 250. It's got to be a few pages, right?
that's insane, man. That's absolutely insane. Like, it's just, I mean, after parties and features and performances.
Oh, no,
and,
no, no, hold on. I got it coming here, pal. Before I get to that, though, I wanted to just make the comparison of, I presume that the show floor, the main show floor of an event like this is, when I say the same, I don't mean it's obviously going to be a lot of low. This is not a brightly lit event, right? This is low dim light and laser lights in the background and music going. This is mild dance club feel. This isn't bright white home and garden show in April, right? You know what I'm saying? But the layout is the same. There's vendors on the floor hawking stuff.
Yeah, there is going to be, okay. So if it's anything like a regular expo, right? They're there to try to sell something.
Yes,
right?
things, lots of things, right?
So they're going to have the space that is the low lit, dancing pole, you name it, you'd staged. But then they're also going to have that area that is very static, very show floor, light, bright neon light, fluorescent lighting. Like they're going to have that.
Yeah. But I wonder, is that area still going to be that bright neon bright, or is it still going to be a little speakeasy dim?
No,
I'm curious.
No, it'll be bright.
It's also in the convention center, so they could basically do whatever they want.
Right.
But yeah, so there's that. But then also, I mean, you look in here, it says, so standard tickets include access to exhibition floor, we were just talking about. They have live stage shows, educational seminars, and VIP tickets with that obviously comes with the air quotes exclusive meet and greets, the after parties, the things like that, right?
Right.
Okay. However, one of the things on the sort of frequently asked questions list here, obviously they ask about age requirement. Reasonable question. Okay.
Yeah.
18 plus, naturally. Some events at the show require you to be 21.
They would not surprise me.
They don't specify on the website what those are.
Oh, that's
you'd have to ask, right? Now, here's my favorite part so far. Is there a dress code for the Exotica Expo?
I'm probably gonna guess not.
So here's what we say. They're again, whoever's writing the copy for this, full on slow clap. It's just great. While we encourage self-expression, Exotica requires a street legal dress code for entry. Costumes and lifestyle wear are welcomed as long as they comply with the venue and local regulations.
That's funny.
I don't expect somebody from the city of Minneapolis is going to be going into this thing on Friday night trying to write tickets for indecency or clothing related.
Well, they can't unless they walk out into public with it, right? Like, they're not in public. They're at a paid for private event. Well,
right. But the venue can still have their rules of conduct within their venue. I suspect they were willing to give this particular event a pass. I would hope they would.
I'm willing to bet that the convention center has a very loose requirement of that.
Again, when it comes to something like this, I suspect you're probably right.
Right.
So I mentioned earlier, buddy,
public nudity is not permitted, though.
No public nudity, but here's the deal with that, though. Public is in the public areas of the convention. Private areas of the convention that are not open to the general public aren't required to follow those rules.
Don't assume that the private areas are going to be dressed anyway. Like, if people are getting private areas, they're not going to be dressed in a situation like such.
I presume that if there's not all, right, but some, if there's a private area that when you fill out and say, yes, I'll pay the extra whatever dollars it is for VIP access, there's probably some disclaimer in there to say, hey, you might see some shit. Click here if you're cool. Like, right? Because as I mentioned earlier, so the VIP thing that caught me that was funny was the dungeon experience.
Mhm.
Uh, I the code of conduct. I'm not going to read it again, folks, but the code of conduct for the dungeon experience dramatically different. So, exoticaexpo.com, folks. You can look it up yourself. Exotica with 4 X's, EXXX, and then one in Expo.
And if you can't spell it, get it close. You'll find it.
Yeah, it's gonna come up pretty easy. So obviously the dungeon is probably what most of you would think if you have BDSM or some sort of fetish, kink communities, things like that. They have a 4,500 square foot area subdivided with people who are knowledgeable members of these communities, BDSM and etc. There to speak to you and air quotes interact with you. And
Yeah, but here's the
dude,
deal.
this sounds like a
Here's-
wild fucking time.
Yeah, but right inside of there, it says any nudity, sexual acts, or even simulated sexual acts are strictly forbidden.
Yeah,
Forbidden.
but it's one of these things where are they saying that because they have to say it and they know what goes on at their show?
I mean, there again, if you've got private areas.
Right. They're talking about like kind of the general sort of rule of thumb.
There is
So
no charge to try things in the dungeon experience.
right, yes. If you're in there, yeah. If you want to try something in there, you just go. And I don't know if I wrote it down when we talked about it. There was a term that we saw when we were just sort of hate to use the word research, folks, but we kind of were. Uh, God, it was 3 letters. It was consensual CNM, Charlie, November, Michael. Consensual non-monogamy.
Right.
I don't understand how this is different from swinger. Or is that just what they call it now?
Well, everything's got to have a fancy name, dude. Otherwise, it's not justified.
Yeah. But swinger was already the name.
Right. But CNM just, it's better. It sounds more sophisticated.
Okay, fair enough. Everybody needs their letters included, I guess, is maybe what we should say here, right?
That's
One
fair.
more case of letters being important. I gotcha.
Yeah.
So I looked up when I was looking into this, man, and I figured, well, obviously they're having a whole convention here. So it's got to be a big thing, right?
Mhm.
I'm not going to give my information, and I'm not going to ask you for yours about what goes on in your bedroom, all right?
Right.
But I did look up a few statistics. And it started out by saying ownership rising. 78% of Americans owned at least one sex toy in 2023, up from 65% in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, North America, so that includes Canada too. We're global leaders in the global sex toy market. And again, I don't know if anybody could ever see the little thing that I wrote in the back. I'm going to get a bigger whiteboard later so you can see my little thing that I write about it, folks. Yeah, it's billion with a B. The sex toy industry was valued in 2023 at $35.2 billion, projected to keep growing through 2030 by another
sure.
almost 9%.
Right. Well, as they say, Jason, like there's 100% recession-proof trades in this world. Alcohol,
Sex.
booze, and sex.
Right.
Booze and sex.
And drugs is catching up real fast. So when it came to just straight up Google searches for sex toys, all right,
Mhm.
the U.S. only ranked 4th worldwide in that, with approximately my favorite number in this whole group, 104 searches per 1,000 internet users.
That's
I
really
looked up
small.
I looked up their caveat here. So 10.4%, or sorry, 1.04%.
Right.
No, sorry, 10.4%. Yeah, 104 to 1,000. Yeah, 10.4%. That included everything though. They factored in if you wanted anything that was sexuality related. So if you're just looking for lube on Amazon, they counted that. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
They were trying to pump the numbers up to make it seem like it was a big deal, right?
Right.
I don't know, man. That's a big number, 35 and change.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, right?
That's
Like,
a lot.
again, I'm not shaming nobody. Like, go out and spend your money, right? Uh, obviously, it's widespread. If you like a toy in the bedroom, you need one. You know what I mean?
Hey, what you do, you boo boo.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's I said at the beginning. Like, go ahead, like live your life, right? Oils, lubes, fucking like robotic, lifelike sex toy, which I'm gonna
Edible
bring up here
underwear.
in a minute. Scares the hell out of me. It's so obviously that's a big thing. That's in my mind, that's most of that show floor.
Sure.
And then I wanted to ask myself this. In the world we're living in, there is definitely people who are, hey, we have fully biodegradable, completely organic, non-GMO lube. We have conflict-free rubbers. Like that's definitely happened, right?
I'm sure.
If I went to an event like this, it would just be to go and try to find that, to find the new age version of, yeah. You want to get off, but we can help you do it and be a friend of the environment at the same time. Like, fuck.
Yeah, not tested on animals. We're, range free.
It's like that's yeah. All our lube is made from free range bee honey. Like, yeah, there's definitely some people there wearing masks for sure, with something sexy on the front of the name of the company, right?
Or their nose piercing fucking shower.
Also, I was watching a show recently and I found out that for some reason I never made this connection because I wore an earring for like 60 seconds in my youth. I was aware that there was clip-on earrings instead of ones that just actually went through the hole. It never dawned on me that you could get a nose one that was a clip-on. I always thought everybody had them pierced. Just saw it on a show the other day. I'm like, oh, of course you can get that.
Yeah, especially the one on the side of the nose. A lot of the time, that's the magnetic holder one.
Right. Yeah. When I found that out, I was like, you fucking posers. Like,
I don't want to put a hole in my nose.
if you want to get a fancy piercing, you got to get the hole. You got to earn that shit. Like,
Right.
At least you know the people with the eyebrow ones had to do it.
I pierced my own eyebrow.
Yeah, there's no fucking. You can't clip on that. That's a fucking. That's
I
a
pierced
piercing
my
for
own
sure.
eyebrow when I was a kid. Horrible.
So running down the same road here, buddy. Obviously, pornography and adult films were a big part of this because we saw that opportunity to connect with so many of people's favorite stars or whatever, right? As John yawns after working 10 hours today.
Yeah, sorry, folks. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry if I'm bothering you here, buddy.
Good.
This statistic struck me a little. Look, kids, I'm no goddamn angel or anything, right? I'm a red-blooded man. But I looked up pornography just to see some little details, right? Most users, spend about 14 minutes per session on pornography, most often on a mobile device and during work hours.
Work hours?
Okay, hold on. Let me say that again real quick, okay? Most users, and this is from World Metrics, a pretty unbiased site. That's .org, by the way, folks. Most users spend 14 minutes per session on pornography, often on mobile and during work hours. Mobile, obviously. If you're watching pornography on your laptop now, I mean, there's a little psychopath, you're going to be on the next episode of 48 Hours kind of vibe there.
A little bit, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But tablet, a little better, phone, most likely, right? That's a lot. And so compounding onto that, the average was also 3.2 sessions per week for those people. And 73% of teens using YouTube for that specific purpose, pornography, always peaking at 9 p.m. For the dudes listening, you mean right around bedtime? Maybe.
Imagine that.
Makes sense to me.
Why YouTube?
Because that's what they use now.
Yeah, dude.
You can find it there, right?
Oh, I know why. because they don't know how to erase web browser history, and their parents typically don't check their freaking YouTube history.
That's probably true. You got kids, right? I agree with that. That's probably the case. And something I didn't think about that I just noticed on this page that I pulled these statistics off with. Also, I never realized that people who use VR goggles now, there's obviously VR porn.
Of course there is, dude.
I never even thought about that because I've never worn a VR thing.
There's probably AI porn now.
Oh,
Almost 100%.
I'm sure, right? Is it to
There's
the
gotta
point
be.
now where you can pick your favorite like film star, and I don't even need adult film star, just famous person,
Oh, it's got to be.
and just have them make
Gotta
it?
be. It's got to be.
That's got to be weird for people who are famous.
I think they pay for it. I think everything that they own and their face and their likeness are all trademarked, and so they get paid for it. I don't think they care. Personally.
Oh, but hold on a sec. Okay, so again, I'm not talking from personal experience or anything, folks, but if I got on and I got AI to pull, all right, let's say my favorite film actress lady ever is probably Kate Beckinsale.
Okay.
I could ask Kate Beckinsale or ask AI to say, hey, make a porn with Kate Beckinsale, and this is the stuff I want to see. And she don't get paid for that. AI just makes that for me, and I watch the video. She ain't charging me a fucking bill for that.
I wouldn't be. No, she's not. You're never going to see a bill for it, but I bet you she makes money on it if she's mentioned directly.
Oh, if it gets out into the real world, which I assume everything you make on
online.
AI is just now open source to everybody, right? Like,
Pretty much.
I don't know much about it. Right.
Yeah. Yep.
That'd be unnerving, wouldn't you think?
It would be really weird.
I hope if somebody does that to me, at least they give me fake abs, just to make their experience a little better for them.
Don't make me bald.
Yeah, don't use my real body. Don't make John bald. Take the gray out of my beard. Help a brother out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw something recently that said I might not be famous, but my name has definitely come up in somebody's therapy session.
Absolutely.
Same sort of thing. Like, yeah, don't fuck around, right?
Yeah. A couple of people that I know of, actually.
So I'm going to go through a quick list of things here, and then I'm going to move on to another fun topic here, folks. Hope I haven't offended anybody out with the sexuality talk, everybody, but there was a lot of hockey and stuff last time, so we thought we'd mix it up for you. I just want you to, after you hear these statistics, say make sense or bullshit or your version of one of those two terms, all right? 41% of men and 11% of women report watching pornography at least once a month.
That makes sense.
Okay. 38% of U.S. adults have viewed pornography in their lifetime.
Bullshit. Way higher.
That's where I was at with that. 69% of men and 23% of women have used pornography. I think that's pretty low on the man side, and I think the lady side is skewed low because they're probably talking about visual and not books.
Used as in like
it just says used pornography.
Like, well, here's the question, because with guys, right? Like there's I'm sure. No, actually, I've heard from guys on the job site there was some weird shit, pornography wise. How many guys are like just sending stuff to their buddies just because it's fucking gross? That happens to be porn.
There is some of that, sure.
Because we're children, we have senses of humor that are 12-year-olds, and we're going to send our buddies that stuff.
Especially for men, when it comes to sexuality, we never really. Some guys are really enlightened. Most of us don't grow up.
No,
we're pretty childish about sex.
As long as it's not like child stuff, right?
Oh yes, absolutely right. Yeah,
like,
we can. Yeah, we can agree. That's
you need to be shot for.
Yeah, yeah. That's.
I'm okay with shooting ranges at that point.
If you're convicted of that, they should open the courtroom door, and God help you.
Here's how I see it.
Because anybody can go get you after that. You're guilty.
If it's found on your personal device that you have on your body,
Yeah, that's
I
you.
don't think the cops should have to justify that. They should
Mm.
just be able to pull out a round and put it in your temple.
Look, thank God back to the 1950s where most cops probably carried a burner gun just to put on you and go, hey man, he drew down on me. There's nothing I could do.
Well,
What really happened? He was raping that lady. Like, sorry to
yeah.
use that word, folks. Hopefully you're not offended. All right. Uh,
I may
okay,
have to
so
blur that one out, but it's the R word to win. Like,
yeah,
so
yeah,
everybody knows.
I realized after I said it. Sorry, you'll have to burp. You'll have to buzz that one out of there. Okay, so we've looked into this before. These numbers are always kind of skewed. Pornography accounts for 25%, or sorry, 27% of all internet traffic during peak hours. They don't mention what peak hours is, and we've kind of looked it up before, and it seems more like 13% seems to be the more reasonable number most places say. But when they say peak hours in this, there is probably peak hours where people are more likely to be checking that out.
Oh,
Like I
for
said,
sure.
I joked before, close to bedtime for the fellas trying to, what do they call it, post nut clarity, put yourself to sleep or whatever. Like
Yeah, rub one
I've
out
heard the
before
young
bed.
fellas talking about that at work. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
79% of US adults say that pornography is easily accessible online. The fact that that's not 100%,
It is 100%.
you have to know.
The
Everyone
people that
needs to
say
know
that
that
the people that say that it isn't are naive.
that's basically what I was thinking, right? For sure.
Yep, for sure.
So, your hypothetical here, buddy. Uh, you're not interested in being a full-fledged adult film star. You don't want all your stuff out there in eternity for the world to see. But you think, well, I mean, people think I'm good looking and they'll pay to take a look at some. I'll put on a tank top or I'll show them my feet or whatever it is people are into. Feet seems to be the biggest thing, right? For some reason. Uh, OnlyFans. How much you think you could make a month on OnlyFans, buddy, if you got on there?
Solid $1.50.
Keeping in mind, with you and me,
Yeah, solid
if
$1.50.
if we did get people giving us a solid $1.50, I think I could get to 275 if I was
Just
willing to do
275?
some dirty stuff. But I would think most of our fan base, if we had any at all, would probably be male.
They definitely are. I can tell you that statistically,
Statistically, I would have to think that that's the case,
it's
right? So
80% male right now.
I agree. I'm not
Carry
making
around
no
with some
money off.
ladies.
Right. I'm not making no money on OnlyFans.
Look, man,
Creators.
I am one bad day away and one solid, successful full picture away from just quitting my job. Just walking out and say,
Look, I love it. Before I jump down the OnlyFans road here, I saw maybe one of my favorite posts in the last 5 months, just this last weekend, of all it said was, I have to start contributing to rent. And it was photos of a dog's feet,
yeah. Yeah, it's
like a bunch of different
I've seen
poses
that
of their
one.
paws, right?
Yeah.
I laughed out loud when I saw that. That was excellent.
Yep.
Which reminds me, let me just take a side tangent before we get into the OnlyFans thing here, okay, buddy? I've talked about this recently, and I know I sent you a text the other day. I have fallen into a hole. It's not good. Uh, I went I went fishing with my missus last weekend, just in the morning. It was a nice morning. Get out. Thank you for you. We have an extra rod. I bought myself another one.
Fantastic.
Turns out the line on it was shit, so I had to get it. So, anyways, look, man, I got myself broad sleeves and a case with a bunch of bait towels. And what else do I got? Well, I had to get new line to go on that reel. That sucked. The reel's good, but the line was shit. A whole brand new toolkit with a fish holder and a line cutter and all that and all. What I got here? One of these. You don't know what's coming in the box, bass fishing boxes. You just get a
Jesus.
random.
Mystery
Oh my
box.
God, dude, I am falling right back into fishing again. I'm starting to think that maybe this was part of the reason I fell out of it years ago because it cost me so much money.
There's a chance.
I went out that day. We packed up what we thought we needed for the day. We went and got licenses. We were on the shoreline at 6:15. We got out early. Immediately went, oh, didn't bring anything to wipe your hands off when you catch fish or put bait on. Shit.
That's what jeans are for.
Again, my shorts served perfectly well. My missus wasn't gung-ho about it. I solved the problem halfway through the day with a quick stop at the Fleet Farm to buy a cheap little like clip-on towel to wipe your fingers on, right? But I probably wouldn't have got hooked, but then I fell into the same thing of what happens with golf. I caught a bass at 7:15.
Mm-hmm.
Nice size rock bass, good crank, had to pull him in from it, lots of fun, good time. We never got a nibble the rest of the day, but that one hit, just like one good shot in golf. And now I'm like, well, I better get some sleeves, put in the fishing poles. We don't want to bust them out in the back of the truck, and let's get some good tools to lock them back in. God damn it.
Yep. Look, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Maybe shit. I tried to find that clip to send you after you texted me that earlier, and I couldn't find the clip. I knew exactly the reference you were making.
Yeah, I found it, and it was no audio. And I'm like, I'm just going to text it to him.
Yeah, if I had found that, I would have sent it to you because you would have known. But yeah, as soon as you made the reference, it was good. So as I was saying, though, yeah, the OnlyFans creators. And I got to be clear, I have never been on the OnlyFans website.
Neither
I'm not trying to defend myself. It's just not something that interests me. But you hear people talking on podcasts and people on job sites. It ranges. It's a lady who literally just does planting videos, or a lady who does it in a sexy little outfit or less than that, or cooking or crocheting, or some people don't show any nudity at all. Like it varies, right? Most earn, so average creator earns $1,803 monthly, but most earn under $500, while the top 1% dominate with 1 million plus every year. We just said we're certainly not getting to that. All right.
No. Well, and like, how much of your soul do you have to sell to make it like that? What is it worth?
Right. But that's why I brought this up. Okay. Again, it'd be the last time I say it, folks. There's no judgment here. It's different choices based on lifestyle, sometimes out of need, necessity, desire, whatever, right? I'm sure there are things on OnlyFans that are the exact same as some of the pornography, because lots of those people, I'm sure, are on OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're cross posting or whatever it is.
Right, for sure, right? But for the people who don't want to go to the actual sex act of the whole thing and are fine showing off their body, fucking good on you.
Right.
That's probably a real distinct line for a lot of people who are on there. Like, well, I'm not having sex on there, but I mean, if you want to look at my tits or whatever, like, you want to look at my feet, you know, you want to see me eat cake in a lingerie, like whatever people's fucking thing is, like,
right.
Okay,
right,
do your thing.
All right.
I tried to think of, legitimately, I tried to sit back and think of it. I'm like, what if, as just a fun social experiment, put on a goddamn pair of short shorts and my work boots and just a stupid high-vis vest and just do electrical work around my house and see how many people actually sign up. I'm not willing to go through it just for the humor value, but in my head, it's an incredibly funny thought of, it would be so few. Like you said, we're making $1.50 about $2.50, whatever it is, right? But
fun.
Somebody, that's probably their thing.
Yeah, they need to be Daisy Dukes.
Oh, yeah, that's actually ridiculous, right? Stupid Daisy Dukes. Yes, they no socks in your boots, like ridiculous, right? Like,
no hairy ass and all.
The whole way. Definitely needed the hard hat. Hard hat's part of the whole show, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yep, high vis vest, just the vest though. No shirt, just the vest.
I ran this whole idea around a pal of mine that I kind of know. I shouldn't say a pal, a guy I know from working. We end up on night shifts a lot doing the same stuff. He's a refrigeration guy. I ran this joke by him just to see what he thought. He looked right at me and goes, "Hey, man, you don't need to talk to me about stuff like this." It really made me laugh.
Oh, that's too funny. That's too funny.
So, I have an idea for you. I want to run it by you. It might have already been done, because also I didn't look this up because I'm really trying not to completely get my computer full of viruses looking by stuff about this. So hear me out, buddy. You're familiar with Buzz Lightyear and Woody, Andy's toys, famous. So what about sex toy story. It writes itself, right?
It really does. That's what takes me to the point that it has to have already been done, because it does. It writes itself. If it doesn't exist, why?
Right. Do you know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
should be done already, right? Like a double-ended toy would be sisters or somebody with a split personality. Anything that vibrates would like have a stutter. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, you went totally different than I did.
What were you
Way
thinking?
different. I was literally thinking Toy Story porn, like
Oh
with
no,
the,
no, 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 no.
with the
No, yeah.
characters.
No,
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 like,
hold on. Yeah, no,
like,
yeah, no.
like
Sex toy story. So the
that's
stories they can tell about what they just went through last night. Yeah, it's not Toy Story, but
No,
adult.
no.
It's yeah. They come alive when their people leave after the encounters they've had. You know what I mean? Like every different day, somebody's traumatized from something. It seems like it should have been made already.
You won't believe where he put me.
Right? Exactly. Like yeah. Like hey, Sarah's getting crazy these days. Like, do you know how many of us she used last night? Like, and it couldn't. It would almost be sort of funny in just like a nod to actual Toy Story. If somebody actually was brave enough to make this, you'd have to be brave enough that the person actually put their name on their toys, just like Andy did. So I use the word like Sarah, so they'd have to have like, but
Yeah.
you'd have to have like labels, like a label maker label,
Yeah.
and then you'd have to acknowledge it. Well, Sarah lives in a house with 4 other people, so you don't want any confusion about who's who's and what's what. So, anyways, if anybody hasn't made it, it's our idea. We have the date of this recording. You're gonna have to pay me if you make it.
Yeah.
Or you can make me an executive producer. My brain's already got a bunch of ideas.
Funny.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Anyways,
that's
I just,
twisted.
like I said, I just wanted to jump into this because I kept seeing the billboards around town and I had to know.
Yeah. Just for on the record, I have yet to see any of those billboards. So I don't know
Really?
what kind of neighborhoods you're driving in, but I've been
These
all
ones have
over.
been on, listen, so 35, 494, 94, 100, like
Oh, maybe it's just
major
because I'm paying-
thoroughfares.
Maybe I'm just paying attention to traffic and not billboards.
Yes, that
You know,
could be the
watching
case,
vehicles. You should do
Yeah.
that more.
right? Hey, I haven't got myself in so much as a fender bender yet. I haven't nicked nor nothing. I've been good.
Knock on wood
any-
behind you.
What's that?
Knock on the wood panel behind you.
Well, the table, fortunately, I hit the table. Table's wood here too.
That's right. I forget that.
That's everything I had for this one, man. I just wanted to look into some of the statistics and see what people were really getting into here.
Yeah, that's trippy, dude. I mean, there is no part of me, and again, I'm not judging anybody that goes and enjoys their Exotica Expo. There is no part of me that is even curious about what's going on. I don't need to go. I don't need to partake. No part of me. And that's just who I am. So don't hate me for being that, because I ain't hating you for being choked with a leather strap while your woman, beats you with a whip.
Yeah, you can't. Whatever it is
I
that
don't
turns
care.
your crank, right? Like, yeah,
Right,
I
whatever.
have so little
Sure.
judgment. I wouldn't care about meeting people or going to seminars. If somebody dragged me there, they wouldn't have to drag me. If my missus said, "Hey, I really want to go to this," all right, fucking let's go. Like, I would go during the day. I can tell you that. I want to make sure I
I would
wasn't there
never
at
be
like,
there past
8 or
dark.
9 o'clock, like whenever it ends. Like, I'd want to be there during the daytime. I'd take a look around at the tables and see what kind of little gadgets they were selling. Like, I would find that sort of entertaining. People watching would have to be very interesting. The people watching in the outfits,
Case there.
the people watching would have to be top shelf. And again, not judging, just be like, check out all the everything going on right now. Like, turn your head 90 degrees, and man, that's a totally different thing going on over there.
Right. I mean, yeah, I seen that at the Sturgis rally though. Like, that's
Right.
nothing new.
Exactly. This is just like a version of that that's just all about sexuality. So
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I just don't Like, I'm not going to go out of my way. Maybe that's how I should have said it. I'm not going to go out of my way to buy a ticket to that. Now, my missus drags me along. Okay, I'll play for the sport or whatever. Yeah.
That's kind of where it's at too, right? But again, if anyone does go to things like this, reach out, let us know. I would be happy to keep it anonymous if you felt you needed that, or you can use your name. That's totally fine. If you have some feedback about these sort of events,
I want a live phone call.
Yeah, we'll also have you on the podcast.
I want a
happy to do it.
Phone call.
Yeah. Be happy to have you on. Like, no problem at all.
Right.
We'd be loving to do that. And again, we're not judgy people. We just want to. I just want to ask you some questions. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, why?
Not even why. Why I understand. The why is getting yourself.
Not the deep whys.
Oh, but the deep whys, that's their business. The deep whys is their business. Why you go to the show is what I'm talking about. If you want to ask the complicated questions, that's okay. I'm all right with that. Do you have the copy up, or do you want me to hit it?
Nah, man, go ahead.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for.
I'm trying to keep my browser to a minimum so that my hotel Wi-Fi doesn't just glitch out like it already did once.
Okay, fair enough. Yes, again, John's coming to us on location, folks. Check out everything that is iSaw at isawpodcast.com. There you're going to find our socials, the Buy Us a Beer tab if you'd like to support the little show and be named the sponsor of an upcoming episode, and the Be a Guest tab if you'd like to join us for a future recording. You can also reach out with feedback or episode ideas. Text line is 507-607-ISAW. That's 507-607-4729. Leave a message, and we might even feature it on a future episode. That's it.
Awesome.
Thanks, buddy. I'm glad we're going to get together tonight.
Yeah, one last thing that I have to say to people is, as you're leaving and you're going to bed tonight with your spouse, don't forget your sex scandal. Go have some fun. Enjoy each other.
We're okay. We'll leave it at sex scandal. That's going to be the name of this episode, folks. Sex scandal. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you taking the time. I'm glad we were able to do this again, even though you were working hard today. Thank you, and we'll talk to everybody next week.
Absolutely. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Cheers, buddy.
Slancha.